So, when it comes to warm audience targeting in 2025, it really does come down to that hyper targeted, personalized feel. We don't want to treat all warm audiences as one. We want to make it feel as personal and aligned on their journey as possible so that, they're experiencing us again in a new and different way that's relevant to where they left off with us. Stop and don't spend another single cent on advertising until you listen to this. I'm Marianne Amies. This is Ready, Set, Paid Ads, digital marketing for paid ad success. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. Today we're talking about warm audience targeting in 2025. So really looking at a retargeting reboot. We know that retargeting is something that we should all do. I do think it's an area that often kind of gets left in the set and forget basket where we have a retargeting campaign on, but we're not thinking about it and we're not refreshing it. And if your warm audiences have stopped clicking, it's not because they're not interested, it's because your ads approach has become a little bit stale. So, in this episode, we're going to talk through 4 different warm audience types that still work in 2025 and what not to do in retargeting them creative and how that can then re engage without annoying them. So, let's kick off with the problem in retargeting right now. If you have a retargeting campaign and you're feeling like your frequency is really high and your cost is really high and it's not getting the clicks that you would expect, it is probably because of your whole strategy. Many businesses are just showing their conversion ad to warm audiences and people are tuning out. If you've already shown somebody top of funnel content and they have engaged with you in some way or another, the same content is not going to resonate because you're not taking them to the next step. When we talk about marketing funnels, we're talking about taking someone from a stage of zero awareness to being interested, to wanting to dip their toe in the water with you, to converting. And if when we get people from the first state to the second state, we don't change our approach, there's no reason for them to self-identify and continue through to that funnel of conversion. What this means is we see our costs go up, but we're not seeing the results follow. People need something relevant and fresh. They need something that grabs their attention, not just, hey, remember us, or this is us again. It has to feel fresh and it has to feel personalized. I think in 2025, and especially the expectations of what AI personalization is bringing across the digital marketing industry, retargeting absolutely needs to feel personal and I need to feel seen. I need to feel like you understood that I went and did action A. And so now you're going to talk to me in a way that's relevant to that and really encourage me across to action B. So let's dive into the retargeting segments that are still working in 2025. So I'm going to talk to you about 4 segments. So the first one is video viewers and it's 50 to 75%. And that part's really important. So not all video viewers are alike, and depending on the platform, what is counted as a video view differs. 1 second can be counted as a video view, or 3 seconds can be counted as a video view. And we know ourselves, sometimes you watch 2 or 3 seconds of a video before you've even taken notice, before you've even scrolled past, and that can count as a view, but in actual fact, you haven't absorbed that information. So when we look at warm audiences, we concentrate on people that have watched 50% plus of that video because that tells us they've invested some time. There's time there that's going to have made some sort of impact on them. So if we've got top of funnel videos and reels and we're using those in our ads, making a retargeting audience of people that have viewed 50% of them is a truly warm audience. Obviously, this works well to nurture them to a further step. So watching 50% of a video does say something about interest and awareness, but they haven't transacted with you yet. So a great retargeting strategy for video viewers is something that nurtures them. So maybe a leads magnet or something that really shows the benefits of your product or service. So we want to get them to that next step down in the funnel. so that they're starting to dip their toe in the water with interest. The next segment are engaged users on Instagram and Facebook. So, building a warm audience around engaged users is fantastic if you have social media profiles that get a lot of activity. So, that means people are commenting, people are liking, sharing, saving. There's strong engagement. This is generally what we're going to see against personal brands, sometimes service providers, community based providers. So, areas where there feels like there's a bit of a one-to-one community building. And building that as a warm audience helps us to take that interest and engagement and again push them down that funnel. So now we might use some trust building content or some authority building content. So we know they're engaging with us and they're liking our content, they're enjoying our content. What can we show them about us or the business that builds that trust and credibility and gives them an opportunity to convert to something deeper? Then we have website visitors. Website visitors are, of course, a warm audience and a really important one to build. I think where people fall over here is that we lump all website visitors together. So anybody that visited a website then gets the next part of the funnel in ads. But not all website visitors are created equal. And depending on your type of business, your service, your products, your offers, different people are there for different things. And it's important that we segment those website visitors. So, if you have products and services, you're going to want to segment the people on your product pages differently to the people that might be looking at a consultation service, because each person is going to need a different type of ad next on their journey with you. You might want to segment on site time. So if you have a website that attracts a lot of users and the time they stay on the site really varies, you then might want to segment people that stay 2 minutes versus people that stay 2 minutes plus, because we know those 2 minute plus people are a lot more engaged. And it may even be that it's only worth retargeting people that stay over 2 minutes or over 5 minutes. You might then have an offer for people that have stayed, over 10 minutes, and that might be really niche and small group. But it might, depending if your website has a lot of information, it might actually tell us something about where they're ready in their journey. So not lumping all that traffic together and giving them the same retargeting experience is going to help customize and take them on that journey to conversion by really meeting them wherever they are in their conversion journey with you as a business. The last one are leads who didn't buy. So, this is a great warm audience that can be used in services as well. This could also be that you have run some lead generation campaigns and people have come over to your landing page and not converted. It could be that you have strong organic content that drives people towards landing pages. It could again be certain factors of your website traffic where you're able to qualify that they're a lead and they haven't purchased. This could also be first party data where you're uploading your lead data into Facebook that hasn't converted. So you can use ads to kind of assist those touch points with them. So this is where case study ads, testimonials, things that create the scarcity feeling and can help people be motivated in a time sensitive way. So using a mix of sort of nurturing ads and push style ads to really take them from nearly converted to wanting to go all the way. And, that can be trials. It can be money back guarantees. You need to understand your customer, understand their journey and what their main objections would be to converting, and use these ads to really, again, drive that through. I know I said I was going to share 4, but I really also want to touch on one more. And that's the classic retargeting that we see in e-com and retargeting the add to cart or checkout abandoners. So it's really, really important if you're going to use this as a warm audience for retargeting that you absolutely have effective tracking in place that can track if someone has purchased or not. Because where this segment will absolutely fall over for you is if you are showing conversion ads to somebody who has already converted. Not only are you just burning budget, you're also irritating a customer that has gone all the way. that was feeling really fantastic about purchasing with you, and now you're continuing to shove your offer down their throat. So we need to think add to cart and checkout abandons are so high intent. And there's so many reasons why we don't check out. We know from email marketing data, when we put in place effective email marketing automations in these areas, we can recover so much cart. And often we're just at the wrong device at the wrong time. The credit card's downstairs and we're in bed, or on the run between appointments, didn't get to finish the conversion. There's so many reasons. And having a great meta ads campaign to capture that and convert it really, is often overlooked in Meta and Google, but really can generate really high ROAS. But again, it's all in the setup. We also want to think about how we're going to use those ads. Are we going to show them their cart? Are we going to show them similar ideas, similar products? Or are we going to do more new features or even trust signals, great reasons to check out? Maybe it's about your free shipping and your afterpay, or maybe it's a special offer that you retarget these people with, like you would retarget in the email marketing flow, but you bring that into your meta campaign as well. So when it comes to warm audience targeting in 2025, it really does come down to that hyper targeted, personalized feel. We don't want to treat all warm audiences as one. We want to make it feel as personal and aligned on their journey as possible, so that they're experiencing us again in a new and different way that's relevant to where they left off with us. We want to think about, you are running retargeting and it's feeling really stale. Key warning signs are that you're repeating the same static ad that they saw at the top of funnel, or you have no variation in your tone or offer. You're just spitting out the same. You started by saying all the things that were great about you. They went to the website, they spent 10 minutes, and now they're retargeted with all the things that are great about you. You're not meeting them where they are on your journey. Or maybe it's CTA fatigue. If you're always asking for the sale and you're never adding value or never giving them a bite-sized way to engage with you, again, you're not giving them that opportunity to find a reason to convert. And treating all warm audiences the same, as I said before, I think that is the number one missed opportunity with retargeting, is a one campaign retarget bucket that just treats everybody the same. Before I wrap up, I thought I'd just share a couple of creative angles that can really work in your retargeting as well. And, I do preface it by saying you need to think, who is the audience? What stage are they at? And what are you selling? Where do you want their end state to be? The still thinking about it type reminder, when it's done right to the right warm audience at the right time, I think that can be really great. Just give it that twist of product benefits or something you haven't quite spoken about before. If you're a fitness brand and you're trying to target your people that have spent 2 to 5 minutes on the website, why don't you talk about your product fabrication and why it's different and amazing? Maybe it's that your tights aren't see-through and they're sweat-proof and they're odor-proof, rather than kind of, oh, you left this in the cart. Give them something new to be excited about. Social proof. Obviously, social proof videos are amazing. Carousels are amazing. Kind of around that, here's what our customers say, or here's what people that have used our product or our service say. Because it's a great way to wake somebody up and experience your brand through the eyes of somebody else, build their trust, and want to take that next step with you. Behind the scenes and founder story is a great creative angle, humanizing the brand, building connection. That is especially great against warm audiences that are engaged with your social media, or video viewers over 50%, even leads who didn't buy. Humanizing the story, telling more about who you are as the business owner, or how the founder came to create this business and what its purpose and vision is. That's, again, really lovely connection content that can move someone along the funnel. FOMO and scarcity content. I know we feel at times a bit icky with this. And again, I think it's to be used sparingly, but definitely sometimes we need to help people have a reason to buy today as opposed to someday in the future, so limited stock, bonus offers, enrollments closing. Never aggressive, always warm. But if you're not selling milk and bread, there's not always a compelling reason to buy today. So we want somebody to feel like today is the best day to buy. So that gentle excitement, I guess, and gentle encouragement to help people want to check out today. And then the other one is offer comparisons, FAQs. So, really thinking about your customer that's still not sure and what else they may need to know. And as I touched on before, that can be things about your shipping or your money back guarantee. Or this can even be your lead magnet. Try the first chapter of my book before you buy it. Or here's a free module of my program before you sign up. How can you give them a little taste of something before they commit to everything? So, final wrap up and takeaways for today. I think warm audience targeting is really down to how personal we can make it feel. Spend time segmenting your warm audience potentials and then time mapping the ad strategy that they're seeing at the start and what ads they need to see when they're being retargeted to take them on the journey, and really audit that and make sure you're not saying the same thing to everyone. Test out some new creative, test out some new audiences. Even if you set up one segment and test out some new creative, it'd be amazing to see how that tracks back against your existing retargeting, especially if it's a catch-all retargeting. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope it's given you some new thoughts about retargeting and what you can do. We invest so much money at top of funnel. We invest so much money getting people initially to our website or eyeballs on our ads. Having a really clear retargeting strategy to help take these people through the funnel is invaluable. I would love to hear your feedback and thoughts on today's episode. And as always, encourage you to reach out on Instagram or LinkedIn. And until next time, I look forward to talking to you soon. That's a wrap on another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. If you're looking for done-for-you services, training to upskill you in ads management, or free and paid resources to help you plan and execute better ads, head to wiseupmarketing.com.au. If you've loved this episode, be sure to subscribe for future episodes. And if you know someone that would love this podcast too, go on and share it.